Ric Flair tribute to start it off, everybody. It's going down, man. I want to welcome you. Turn the hazards off here. Come on, shut off. Welcome you to the Wednesday morning edition. The big yawn of the Off Base podcast. The podcast that is carefully crafted to simply remind you to suck a fat one if you think that you, out of all the 7 billion of us on the planet, are the only one. I'm your host. I'm the Rocky Mountain no-name Jackass, and it's 46 degrees in the city of Aurora. It's 7:50 in the a.m. on Wednesday, May 25th, 2022. Chaw time. Going upper lip today, buddy. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's get started. Let's get our asses back on base. Here we go. Big fucking week this week. The children, all 3 of them, will officially be done with the 2021-2022 school year come Friday. Stepson is done today at 11. Stepdaughter is done tomorrow. And my son will be done on Friday. And then the summer begins for them. Not to mention the Memorial Day weekend we have coming up, which is going to prove to be rather fun, eventful. Saturday, we will be going to Cats, which is playing here in downtown Denver. We're going to the matinee, followed by a lovely visit to a Brazilian steakhouse for which we have coupons. So we'll probably end up paying somewhere more than half, less than half price. Sunday, we'll be going to the zoo and then going down to Colorado Springs, hanging out with our friends who live down there, stay overnight, and then do a Murph on Memorial Day. And it's going to be the shit. You understand? Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? It will be the shit. So, rather excited for another big yawn, all of the upcoming festivities. Last night was pretty cool. So my wife is out of town. She's on temporary duty right now, TDY, somewhere in Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. But maybe not. Maybe closer to Norfolk, I think. I think that's where she is. Anyway, my son's got baseball practice tonight, first one. He and I went out and hit 6 buckets of balls yesterday. So we took approximately 100 swings because we've got 16 balls in the bucket. Just to get him ready. But last night for dinner, one thing that I typically will make when my wife is out of town, because she doesn't really like it, is fried chicken. And we did chicken wings last night. We got fried up about 20 of them. And growing up the way I did, I grew up on the shores of Lake Erie, which, of course, as you may or may not know, is close to Buffalo. And I'm approximately 50 years old, so the wing craze really started way back then. And I remember there was a bar that we would go to across the street from a corner store. Now, the corner store was called Seraphin's. Seraphin's was about 3 blocks away from our house. And after we finished delivering newspapers, or whatever, my brothers and I, we would go down to Seraphin's and either pick up football cards or baseball cards for roughly 10 cents, 15 cents a pack, 25 cents a pack. Oh, the days of yesteryear, you know? And we'd open that shit up and be like, oh, cool, man, Walter Payton. Whoa, Joe Montana. This was back in the early 80s, everybody. And Seraphin's, we could also, get these cool candies or whatever the hell we had. And they used to have, as well, they had an ice cream stand right around the corner from the entrance into Seraphin's. I don't even think Seraphin's is there anymore, which is sad. But they had an ice cream stand around the corner, and I haven't seen any place else that really does this other than where I grew up. But I think it's more of a regional thing. They had a thing back at all the ice cream stands in Erie where you could get something called Twinkle Coat. Twinkle Coat is the fucking most delicious thing that I have ever had on an ice cream cone ever. And whenever we do go back to see my parents, there's a shop on the peninsula that takes you out onto the lake. Before you get on the peninsula, called Sarah's. There's a restaurant called Sarah's, and they still serve Twinkle Coat. For those of you out there who don't know what Twinkle Coat is, I'm going to learn you. Twinkle Coat is crushed up peanut brittle with sprinkles. Oh my God. And after you make your cone, I typically would like to get the chocolate and vanilla swirl. They just dip that sumbitch in Twinkle Coat, and good Lord, people, what a delicious treat that is. That might be my favorite dessert of all time. All time. Why was I talking about this? Oh yeah, chicken wings. So, across the street from Seraphin's, the corner store, was a bar called the Warsaw Cafe that my father would frequent. Now, for those of you who don't know Great Lakes areas, growing up, there was a bar like on every third street corner. And it's simply because the amount of industry that we had going on there, man. People were making shit all the time. And then when they would get off of work, well, they'd want to go get themselves a drink somewhere. So the number of bars that we had was enormous. And the Warsaw Cafe started serving chicken wings somewhere there in the early 80s, that we would just go down and get wings. And similar to how cheap baseball cards and football cards were back then, we would go and either pay, I think it was either $2 for all you can eat wings or 5 cents a wing. I can't remember. It was one of the two. But just imagine that for a second, man. And we had 6 of us in our family, so we could go out. Let's say it was $2 for all you can eat. $12 to feed a family of 6, plus whatever drinks we had. So it was probably ended up being like a $30 meal. And then of course it was a bar. So after we ate, my brothers and I, we would either play pool or go in and watch the game. Man, the memories, such good memories. The fact of the matter being that there were a ton of places all around the area that started serving wings, and everybody, wanted more customers, so you would get those freaking deals, like either $2 all you can eat or 5 cents a wing. This is fucking phenomenal. And because we grew up in an era, coming out of the great inflation of the 70s and early 80s, my parents were of the ilk that you use shit up until you can't use it anymore. I'm still the same way. There was what the hell was I using yesterday that I still have? Oh yeah, so we have a Swiffer that we use, to mop the floor. I was pressing so hard on it a couple weeks ago, I actually busted the handle, but the Swiffer still works. Like, you can push the button and still get cleaner to come out of the bottom. So I forgot to pick a new one up at the store, and my wife was mopping the kitchen floor because something had spilled. And I came down and I saw her. I was like, oh shit, I forgot to get a new one. I said, can you still use it? She said, yeah, it's fine. It's just a little bit awkward. And then I was like, wait a minute. And I just took some tape and just wrapped it around. Good as new, right? That's the mentality that you grow up with. Use it until you can't use it anymore. So with that being said, my mother is a phenomenal chicken wing eater. Phenomenal. Now, you might be saying to yourself, how can someone be a phenomenal chicken wing eater? Or what does a phenomenal chicken wing eater even mean? I will tell you. When we would go to places like the Warsaw Cafe and get 5 cents a wing or $2 all you can eat, this woman, after we were all said and done, because we would always stack our bones just to see who had the biggest stack at the end. If you looked at this woman's stack of bones, it literally, and I don't use that word lightly, literally was just bones. There was no meat left on it, no fat, no tendons, whatever. She cleaned those things bare. Now that's what you call using something up until you can't use it anymore. And that particular mindset was drilled into me as well when it came to eating chicken wings. You eat every freaking part of that chicken wing, man. So, my stepchildren, my son's not a fan of chicken wings, so he doesn't eat them. So it was just me, stepdaughter, and stepson eating the chicken wings last night. And unfortunately, they don't know how to eat chicken wings like my mother eats chicken wings. And here's the other thing, too. You know, you've got two different types of chicken wings. You've got the drumstick one, the little drumette, but then you also have the 2-bone one, right? And if you're eating a 2-bone chicken wing, you got to split that motherfucker. You got to find the crease in it, you tear it open, and then now you got 2 wings instead of 1. My stepchildren, they don't do that. They just eat around the bones, and there's just all this meat left on it. So after we finished dinner, quote unquote finished dinner, I basically looked at them and I went like this, like, come on, give it to me. So they give me their leftovers, and I just sit there and gnaw on all the stuff left over on all their bones, man. I looked at my stack when I was done, and I thought to myself, my mother would be proud. She would be proud. Now, during dinner, and typically this happens when their mother goes out of town as well, I treat them to some of my favorite movies of all time. And last night, they were introduced to what I would consider to be Quentin Tarantino's masterpiece. I mean, the guy's made a lot of good movies. He tells good stories. He includes topics that are relevant to today, in particular racism. And just gross sexual shit. Because people are freaky. Oh, there's these people cleaning up garbage again. These are good people. So, back to Tarantino. If anybody out there has a favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. That's going to be different from the one that I'm saying, but I firmly believe that his masterpieces are Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2. Really, really great storytelling. Really great storytelling. And, of course, you know, he was of the ilk where he would tell his story out of order and let you put the pieces back together as the story unfolds. And we got to the end of Kill Bill Volume 1 yesterday, and you never see Bill's face. You never see David Carradine's face. And I was just marveling at just the cast again, and the people that he got to play the roles. Like, he did get David Carradine to play Bill, and then he also had Sonny Chiba in there as well. And I asked my stepson, or I told him to look up Sonny Chiba and David Carradine later on just to see what they've done and why they were important to having both those guys into that movie. But just the little things that ended up popping out of the movie, like, the Hattori Hanzo swords. And then they got to the end. I was like, okay, so going back to this, they got to the end of the movie, and you don't see David Carradine's face once in Volume 1. And he's standing over a girl that was mutilated by Uma Thurman's character. And you just see the woman's face, and, he's not consoling her, but trying to find out what Uma Thurman's character knows. And the last line of the movie is, "You didn't tell her that her daughter's still alive." And my stepdaughter turned to me and went, "Oh, what?" Great cliffhanger ending, man. Superior cliffhanger ending. Now you're like, "Oh, I gotta watch Volume 2. So, depending on how things go tonight, we'll either watch Volume 2 tonight or tomorrow, because, like I said, my son, he's got first baseball practice tonight. So we may not have time for me to watch it with them. I told them if they wanted to watch it by themselves, they could, but I probably won't be able to watch it with them. However, as the credits were rolling, I said to both of them, I said, just remember this move that I'm going to tell you right now. The 5-point palm exploding heart technique. It's so funny. That movie came out, I don't know how long ago, 25, 30 years ago. And I still remember the 5-point palm exploding heart technique. I haven't seen it in 25 years. Really. I don't know. But I remember the 5-point palm exploding heart technique. Kill Bill, Volumes 1 and 2. Fantastic fucking storytelling. Hats off, Quentin. Attaboy. So, back at it then. We're more than halfway there, people. And for the past couple podcasts, I've been talking about economics a lot. Let me just go. Another big fucking yawn. Let me just go quickly over to fitness. Because over the weekend, I did two Murphs over the weekend in preparation for Monday, Memorial Day, Murph Day. Didn't work out yesterday or the day before. They were kind of rest days. But this week, in general, I think is going to be tough to get workouts in because of what's going on with the kids. Like I said, my son's got baseball practice tonight. Tomorrow, don't quite know what the hell we got going on. Hopefully, stepson and I can either make it to the gym or get a Murph, and we'll probably do that Friday. Probably get the Murph on Friday, go to the gym on Thursday. I think that's what we'll do. And then I'll do hopefully get some kind of workout in on Saturday. And then nothing Sunday, rest Sunday, so that we can do the full Murph on Monday morning. It's probably when we'll do it. Probably Monday morning. Right? As my mother-in-law would say. Right? All right, so workout-wise, I'm just trying to rest my shoulder until after Monday. Haven't been keeping up with the stretching of it, which sucks, but I'll see if I can't get a midday workout in today. Still don't think I will. Maybe I might be able to, after I drop my son off, come back home and get a workout in. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to do that, people. Okay? You understand? I think you do. Good. I've been drinking a little too much lately, though. I got to be honest. I had a Moscow Mule as I was making fried chicken yesterday, and then had 2 glasses of wine with dinner. Night before, something similar. I had a Mule and only 1 glass of wine, but I didn't even finish it. What's been weird for me the last couple days is not last night, but the night before. First time in a long time, uninterrupted sleep. Slept right into my alarm. And when my alarm woke me up, I fucking felt like I was hungover. I was like, Jesus Christ. So whatever the hell had happened to me to get me in such a good sleep mode, my body did not want to come out of it, but I had to wake up and start working. Last night, something similar, except it wasn't uninterrupted. It was interrupted. I woke up once in the middle of the night, didn't even check the time, and just went right back to sleep. And I was like, I want to sleep right into my alarm again. That was awesome. So we'll see if I can continue to keep that up, because it's been working. That's one thing that I have been working on, and it's starting to, I think it's starting to pay off. Hopefully I'll get to the point where I'm getting a full 8 hours, so that means I have to go to bed just a little bit earlier and then sleep in until that alarm goes off. Right now I'm in that 7 to 7.5 hour range, but I think it'd be better if I was trying to get the 8 to 9. So here we go. We're getting close to base. Yeah, I didn't even talk about economics today. That's all right. Let's get everything ready so I can get scanned. Get back on base. I'm hungry. Gotta eat, people. Morning. Oh, you don't have the gun today.
No, sir. Have a great day.
Thanks. The gun that they shoot at the IDs to get the barcode, kid. Very, very nice morning here, which you got to take advantage of when you're in Denver, because it's either really windy, it's really cold, or it's really windy and cold, or if you're in May, sometimes you get 7 inches of snow like we got last weekend. Fucking ridiculous. Or, as my stepdaughter used to say, ridiculous. Ah, very nice view of the mountains. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, everybody. Let me wait and see if we can get that view. As soon as we get to the top of this little hill, there it is. Downtown Denver in the foreground, Rocky Mountains in the background. And you know what? We'll end it on a good note today. I won't talk about economics and bring everybody down. Hey, everybody, have a great Wednesday. I'll spell you tomorrow.